Hi and welcome back. Today I'm going to do the next video in our intermittent fasting series. I'm going to tell you today 7 of the most common mistakes people make while trying to use intermittent fasting to optimize their health and nutrition and lose weight and get fat out of places where it should not be, like their pancreas, their liver, their booty, and their belly. But first, please take 1 second and subscribe. Hit the subscribe button, click the bell, and if you have any family or friends who suffer from being overweight or who have insulin resistance or type 2 diabetes, please share this with them on social media so that we can help them out too. So let's get right to it. 7 most common mistakes for the beginning intermittent faster. Number 1 is trying too hard or trying to fast for too many hours right up front. So intermittent fasting is a very natural thing. We do it every day while we're asleep, right? Also, human beings have been fasting either on purpose or against their will for thousands and thousands of years. So this is a very natural way for the human species to live. We're very used to fasting, but if you personally are not used to fasting, then don't start with too many hours. So let's say, for example, you sleep for 8 hours a night. Don't try to start immediately fasting for 16 hours, okay? Just start with a 9-hour fast and do that for a week or 2 until you get used to it, and then go to 10 hours. Don't try to start, because now currently I do a 14 or a 15-hour fast, but I did not start there by any means. I started experimenting with 9-hour fasts, and then I tried adding an hour towards the end in the evening, tried to add an hour in the morning to see what worked best for me, because you also want to fast at the best time of the day for you personally, and that's different for different people. So number 1 is trying to fast for too many hours right off the bat. Number 2 is accidentally breaking your fast when you didn't know you were doing it. Some examples would include, a lot of people get fasting and cleansing confused. And I'm going to be doing a video about cleanses in the future. Intermittent fasting is not a cleanse. Juices, fruit juices of any kind, even organic, sugar-free, if you just ran out and squeezed the fruit from the tree yourself, that breaks your fast, because any fruit juice contains sugar, which is going to bump your insulin levels up, and that breaks your fast. Okay. Another thing is, a lot of people put amino acids or some sort of protein in the liquid that they're drinking while they fast. More than the tiniest amount of protein is going to elevate your insulin level in your bloodstream, and that breaks your fast. So branched chain amino acids, any kind of amino acid supplement or drink, that breaks your fast. You can't do that. And then, like I said, any kind of protein, any kind of protein containing drink or mix is going to break your fast. Okay. Number 3, not eating enough fat during your feeding window. A lot of people, we've been taught since we were babies to fear fat. Oh, don't eat fat, it'll make you fat. You have to get over that, because in order for you to not be hungry during your fast, you have to eat enough fat during your feeding window. Okay? And then also, drinking fat during your fast, for most people, does not break their fast. And so fat is really one of your very best friends when you're doing intermittent fasting. Next is not eating enough vegetables. You have to eat your vegetables to get your vitamins and your minerals and your nutrients. You have to. And so I tell patients every day in the office, if you're not eating lots of vegetables, then you're not eating a human diet, okay? Ketchup and French fries are not vegetables, and they will not give your body the nutrition it needs to build good, healthy skin cells, bone cells, muscle cells, brain cells. You have to eat your vegetables, okay? If you don't like them, then go on an adventure in the produce aisle of your grocery, okay? Look for vegetables you've never tried before. Don't look for the ones that your mom tried to feed you and you hated. Don't start there, okay? Find one you've never tried before in your life, and Google how to cook it or eat it raw, and give it a try. The peacocks are looking at me through all the windows. They're wondering who I'm talking to. So you have to eat vegetables. And if you think you're eating enough vegetables, you're probably not eating enough vegetables. Eat more vegetables. The next is fasting during the wrong time of day for you. So we all fast when we're asleep, but as you increase the number of hours, those hours are either going to creep into your morning or they're going to creep back from your evening. And so most people wind up either skipping their morning meal or skipping their evening meal. Some people don't skip any meals. They still eat their 3 meals a day. They just eat the 3 meals in a constricted feeding window. So for me, even though I grew up being a breakfast eater, it's much easier for me to fast during my morning and break my fast at lunch or a little after. But for you, it may be much easier for you to just skip your evening meal, dinner or supper, depending on where you live. That may be an easier way for you to fast. So you have to experiment and figure out what's best for you physically, but also what's best for your social and family situation and your work situation. And so if you try to fast during the wrong part of your day, it's going to mess you up and you just won't be able to do it. The next is using sweeteners of any kind during your fast. Any kind of sweetener, even if it's sugar-free. If it's the pink, the blue, the yellow, or even if it's stevia or Truvia, monk fruit, erythritol, it does not matter. If it tastes sweet, it's going to elevate your insulin level in your bloodstream, and that breaks your fast. So you have to get over this need to have something sweet all the time. When you're fasting, you can drink something with fat in it, but it cannot taste sweet or it breaks your fast. And then the very last one, this may surprise a lot of people, is not eating enough salt. A lot of us were taught the myth when we were growing up that salt will raise your blood pressure, salt will make you have a heart attack. None of that's been proven in the medical literature, okay? And if you think you have a study that proves that salt elevates your risk of heart attack or stroke, please post the link in the comments and we'll discuss that rationally, like grown-ups. But in my experience, I've looked quite a few hours and I've yet to find that study that shows definitively that eating or drinking lots of salt will do anything except give you all the minerals you need. Now, the kind of salt that I use is pink Himalayan sea salt. You can also use the gray salt. The color doesn't matter. What you're looking for is an unprocessed salt that has all the micronutrients in it, because that's going to keep you from being as hungry, but it's also going to give you all the minerals and micronutrients you need to build those body parts we talked about earlier. So there are the 7 most common mistakes is the 7 I just talked about. If you have any questions about any of these 7, if one of these doesn't make sense to you, please leave a comment. I always answer every question. Ask me a question, leave a comment. Please subscribe. I'm trying to help as many people as I can. I don't sell pills or powders or products. I just make videos. And so if you know someone who needs to hear this, share this on their social media. Subscribe and hit the bell so I can help you in the future. Every time I have a bright idea, I'm going to share it with you if you'll let me, okay? So have a good day and I'll see you next time.